Welcome everyone, this is Hex Strategy. In this video we'll be looking at the PvE elements of Hex Shards of Fate. PvE is short for Player versus Environment, which means all the formats or playstyles where the player is playing against the AI. In these formats, the player can use special PvE cards along with the normal PvP cards found in the released sets. By playing PvE, players can earn in-game gold as well as new cards, both PvE cards and some PvP cards. Players can also acquire equipment, mercenaries, and dust by playing PvE. PvE matches are always best of one, which means that the winner of a match is decided by a single game. Therefore, there are no reserves in PvE. In Hex, there are two PvE elements I will be covering separately. The first one is Arena. You can enter the arena from the main screen. Once you enter, you have to choose a deck you yourself have pre-built. You can build a deck by accessing your collection. After selecting your deck, you will be playing a match against 20 different AI opponents. Each time you win, you will advance to the next opponent. Every fifth opponent will be a boss battle of sorts. If you lose to a boss, you cannot advance to the next opponent until you defeat that boss. Losing a non-boss match will let you advance. Losing 3 matches means you'll be booted out of the arena, and the next time you enter, you have to start from the beginning. Once you have defeated the last opponent, or you have lost 3 matches, you will be given rewards according to how well you performed. Typically, this is gold, dust, equipment, and occasionally PvE cards. The second PvE element is the campaign. You can enter the campaign from the main screen. In the campaign, you will have to create a champion to play with. You can create up to 10 different champions, and you can delete champions to make room for new ones. When creating a champion, you can choose from 8 different playable races and 4 different classes. Each race has its own unique abilities and bonuses, and each class has its own talent tree. The race of the champion also affects the maximum amount of cards the champion can use in their deck of the corresponding shard and rarity. For example, the Shin-Hair champions can use 3 of each common blood cards. Progress through the campaign is recorded separately for each of your champions. The campaign starts with a few tutorial battles as well as a tutorial dungeon. You'll be playing a pre-made deck during these tutorials. Once finished, you'll enter the world map and the actual campaign can begin. Here, you can change the cards in your champion's deck using all the cards you own in your collection. You can also distribute talent points in the champion's talent tree. These talents can give the champion passive bonuses, active abilities, or add special cards into the champion's deck. During the campaign, you can move around in the world map. Each of the nodes on the map represent an encounter, a non-player character, a location, or a story beat. Each time you defeat an opponent during the campaign, your champion will gain experience. When a champion levels up, they will gain a talent point to use, and the threshold for their deck building can change. By defeating opponents in the campaign, you will usually earn gold, cards, equipment, dust, and occasionally PvE boosters. You can also gain these rewards as well as experience by completing quests that are given by non-player characters. There are also multiple dungeons in the campaign. Completing these dungeons will always reward you with a PvE booster that corresponds with that dungeon. Once you enter a dungeon, you cannot go back to the world map without resetting the progress you've made in that dungeon. There is also a challenging boss fight at the end of each dungeon, so be prepared. That's it for this tutorial. If you have any questions or feedback, please leave a comment. If you like my content, then be sure to check back from time to time, and subscribing would really help me out too. Thank you and see you next time.